Okay, so we've gotten to the point in the writing process where it's time to revise and edit. It's getting serious now, folks. Okay, so one of the things you're going to need to do is you're going to need to upload your rough draft to discussion board 1. And that's where your partner, or you're going to have to basically do this, all right? You upload your essay to discussion board 1, and then it's your job to go and look at 2 other people's essays. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can look to see how they have approached this project. There's nothing wrong with looking at another person's paper as long as you're not copying from another person's paper. And in fact, some of the best things best lessons that I've learned from writing is reading other people's writing in my own class. So take a look and see how other people are going about this process. Maybe you can learn something, or maybe they can learn something from you. But your goal is to look at 2 people's essays in this class, okay? And what you're gonna do is, I've put some questions on discussion board, on the front page of the discussion board number 1. You're gonna copy and paste those questions into your response. So you're gonna reply to 2 people. And if you don't do this, you don't get all the points, all right? So make sure to do it. But what you're gonna do is you're going to copy and paste those questions into your response, and you're going to answer those questions for your partner. Now, in addition to that, you can also be an awesome partner and go beyond that and say, these are some thoughts that I have about your essay. I didn't necessarily understand what you said here, or hey, I just want to tell you that this really made a lot of sense, or I really like the line where you said this or that. Really think about how you can help this person, because that's really the goal of peer review. That's what we're doing in discussion boards in this class. So really just think about that. The other thing to think about is I don't want you to really focus so much on looking for grammatical errors in your partner's papers. I want you, it's okay, you know, and definitely if you see something that's just obvious, it's okay to tell your partner, hey, check line 1, check line 7, check the first line in the 3rd paragraph. Give directions like that. You don't have to say it's a run-on sentence or things like that. That's okay. I don't expect you to be a grammarian. What I do want you to do is think more about, does this essay accomplish the goals of the assignment? That's really the essence of what we're trying to get across here. If the introduction is too short and it jumps ahead into the story, then okay, tell them, hey, you're jumping ahead of yourself in this introduction. You need to just really stay on these broad topics as you introduce the thesis statement. If the body of the essay is hard to follow, if it's not really clear what's going on in the story, well, tell your partner that. You're not being mean when you say that, as long as you're not saying, hey, idiot, this part, obviously don't do something like that. But you're not being mean if you're saying, hey, you're going to want to reassess the body paragraphs, because it's very difficult to follow the story that you're trying to tell. You're being nice when you say that, because when you say it, there are no points deducted from your partner's paper. And whenever they hand it in to me, I have to deduct points. That's my job, guys. I'm sorry, but that is my job. I'm the guy who has to give you the grade, right? And so if it doesn't make sense, if the story doesn't accomplish what it's supposed to accomplish, if the thesis statement is off, if the introduction jumps into the story ahead of time, I have to mark off for that. And that's just part of my job. So really take the time to say, okay, I need to help these people. And you only have to do 2. You don't have to look at everybody's paper, just 2. And basically just respond to their post. Once you've done that, take a look at the people that have responded to yours. Now, what I also want you to do, since I'm not assigning the people that you have to look at, whenever you're looking at the other essays that are there, try to pick 2 people who have not already had anybody do a response, okay? Eventually that's going to be impossible if you wait till a little bit later, but try to make it so that everybody gets some responses to their posts. And so if you see somebody who's not had any responses to their post, that's the first person that you go to. All right. Guys, this will be due Wednesday by midnight. So the way these always work is it's going to be due the following Wednesday, and make sure you do that by midnight. If you don't get them done, then you don't get full credit. And remember, we're really trying to help people here. So guys, time to get started on this.